Oh, would you look at that? TPOT 13 is out. I can't wait to watch it. Alright, TV has to get out now, right? I mean, everyone else on the team had something interesting to do last episode. Bottle had her fun rivalry with Eraser, Basketball was messing around with one. Oh, and Robot Flower too. Pen and Needle had that thing with the tree. You know, the tree. And Tennis Ball. So yeah, there is no way that TV isn't out here. I'm so confident, I'll even put my entire net worth on it. Ha! As it.
TV, you're the next safe with 19,155 votes.
Ah! Hey, what is going on, guys? Worst Trends here. I am pissed right now because somehow, for a third time, TV has been safe from elimination in TPOT. Not only safe, but he's not even been close to getting out. Not once has this guy even been in the bottom two, which is insane to me because TV is boring as fuck. Fries, Puffball, and now Needle have all fallen victim to Two's clutches. Meanwhile, this emotionless digital gimmick gets off scot-free. So you know what we're gonna do? We're going to go through the entirety of TV's existence in this series, season by season. And maybe then I'll be able to convince you that TV does not deserve to stay in this show anymore. Let's kick this shit right off with season 1. Let's take a look at BFDI where, oh, what's this? TV does nothing. BFDIA does nothing. IDFB does nothing. BFB does nothing. BFDIA again still does jack shit.
Oh, I felt a little tickle in my stomach.
And that leads us right into TPOT where, you guessed it, I'm joking, let's go back to BFB. So on BFB 1, TV joins a better name than that because Golf Ball wants mechanical minds on her team. Remember that phrase because it's the only thing about this character that matters. Throughout the course of the season, TV does basically nothing at all. He eventually gets this gimmick where he plays clips from old BFDI episodes, which is neat because now he can finally interact with other people. This happens in episode 13. It's also really problematic when you remember that the BFDI is supposed to be the last remaining copy of the first 2 seasons. Whoops. This gives TV something, but that doesn't change the fact that he's basically a walking TV. That joke sounded better in my head. In BFB 16, he switches to TPOT. This makes complete sense, but imagine how funny you'd be if you stayed in BFB. TPOT 1. Again, Golf Ball invites TV onto her team. TV doesn't ask to join. In fact, he doesn't do anything at all up to this point. It's as if he has no relationships whatsoever. About 37 years ago, a YouTuber named GD Nacho made this BFB prediction series that was sadly beaten, stabbed, and spat on by Jack and Jellyfy when the split happened. Then Bracelety didn't get to join TPOT. Like, holy shit, guys, give the man a break. But in one of those videos, he mentioned just how boring of a character TV is. And even though that video is a little old, I think to this day, what he said hits the nail on the head in regards to what TV is. I couldn't word it any better if I tried.
I forgot about TV. TV is the most irrelevant character in BFB. There's only one reason you can like TV. He's a gimmick character, but this is the reason he's so irrelevant. TV has no friends, TV has no enemies, TV has no conflicts, TV has no roles in the story. He is irrelevant, and his gimmick may get old as well, just like David. So I predict TV will get eliminated instead.
And yeah, I know that in TPOT 7 onward, they really try to give TV more connections, but it doesn't really work. Tennis Ball and Eraser seem like they're friends with him, but I couldn't imagine them hanging out at all outside of challenges. TV barely talks. The only reason these characters like this guy is because he's useful in challenges. But Tennis Ball looks happy talking to him in this scene. Yeah, and there's a serial murderer that lives in my neighborhood. I don't really like the guy, but I sure as hell do want to stay on his good side. Fast forward to TPOT 5, where TV gets his first taste of doing Dear God anything. When trapped within Golf Ball's robotic fish after the strongest team steals it, he pleads with Robot Flower to sabotage her own team. This little moment kicks off Robot Flower's entire arc that lasts for over 8 episodes. He convinces Robot Flower that no one else cares about the two of them because they're just machines. This is a genuine mastermind move on his part because it gets Robot Flower to betray your team and make them lose the challenge.
Wait, that's not cool. We shouldn't be tricking him.
We are just using the robot to our advantage. What's the problem?
It's one thing to use robotics to aid us, but to deceive others? No, we're not doing that.
It's fine. It's just a machine.
I'm just a machine.
I get that this must be frustrating for you, Robot Flower. Maybe you should just go hang with TV until we're done with everything.
Or we could do this. Us robots are taking you all down with us.
This is actually a really good moment for both characters, and it's just about the only thing from TPOT's Dark Age that I would consider truly exceptional. But TV isn't involved again after this. He walks up, gives the character an existential crisis, and then crawls back into irrelevancy. What a menace. With that said, I do understand why people voted for him. this episode. This arc did look interesting, and no one could have guessed that TV would never be involved again. Fries gets out, which sucks because I do really like him, but I understand why this happened. Next up is TPOT 7. He does nothing in TPOT 6. Once the gang send Golf Ball and Puffy away, they ask TV what they should do next. His response is immediately shutting off. What a coward. He mentions a mechanical mind truce he has with Robot Flower, and they head back to the hotel to get some stuff from her shop. I somehow convinced myself that TV does more in this episode, but nope, this is really it. After he drives the rest of the team back to the hotel, he checks out. That's his part done, time to kick back and relax. In TPOT 8, he gets knocked off the balance beam before he can do anything valuable to his team. You know, as if he would anyway if he managed to stay on longer. Guys, this is a fucking cartoon TV. What the hell am I talking about? I don't know why anyone would vote for him in this episode. He does literally nothing. This makes absolutely no sense that he got this many votes. And now Puffball's out, which is like a real character. What the hell? TPOT 8 fucking sacrifices himself or some shit. I don't know. I was always more focused on the unspeakable calamity happening in this episode. In TPOT 10, I guess he helps a little bit, but honestly, who cares? TV has no personality or memorable moments. I remember just about everything that happens in any given episode of this show, and even I had to go back and look to see what this character did each time. In TPOT 12, I am not exaggerating when I say that the only thing TV does in this entire episode is stand still. He doesn't help put anything in his team's pit. He doesn't intentionally hinder any of the other team's progress. He doesn't do a damn thing. He stands around with glue on his head and a bunch of people get stuck to him through no help of his own. TV voters, please explain to me why you vote for him, because this is so confusing. He has an average of like 5 lines per episode. I don't know how he has enough fans to be easily safe every single time. TV did nothing of value in this episode, and he's done nothing of value in every previous episode. What is the reasoning here? Is it because he's funny? No, because he barely says anything. And regardless, 90% of his lines are just statistics or some other computer thing. The formula goes like this. Somebody asks a question, and TV turns into Wikipedia and starts spewing out information. That's it. Is it because he's useful to his team? Not really. He can be slightly helpful at times, but it's not overwhelming like Dora, who in BFB was a pretty hated character, yet was an absolute beast in most challenges. In fact, I will list each time TV has helped his team out in a meaningful way. It's just TPOT 5. I suppose also TPOT 13, but I feel like this didn't really have to be TV doing this. It's a screen on wheels, and Tennis Ball is the one controlling the movement anyway, so what's the point of having this be TV out in the storm as opposed to just any other robot with a speaker? It's as if TV is an incredibly boring character that the writers had absolutely no idea what to do with, so they threw him a random task in hopes it'll make him look like he's a more valuable member of his team. God, I love complaining. I went on YouTube and started looking at these videos of TPOT, but only when TV is on screen, in hopes I could find any reason that people would vote for him. Here's what I found. He's silly. He's Scottish. He's adorable. And that's all I could find. Trust me, there are plenty of people in these comments talking about how much they love TV, but do they explain why they feel this way? Is mass hysteria a thing of the past? There you go, there's your answer. What's crazy is I don't even hate TV. I feel no emotion staring into his cold, dead eyes. But the fact that he gets to stay when 3 amazing characters are forced to go makes me mad. So I lied to you, I fucking hate this piece of shit.